we need to address the homophobic elephant in the room. And I'm talking to my people. Okay, let's get into it, shall we?
You are now tuned in to a PNerdy Films Productions. Perfect films made by perfect nerds. We thank you for watching. Enjoy. And you are now tuned in to the Prince Onyx Network with your good guy here, Prince Onyx.
So, hey everybody, what's going on? It's your good guy here, Prince Onyx, Onyx. You already know, so let's go ahead and get into it. And if you don't know, welcome to the Royal Palace and welcome to the conversations that me and my royal court have on a day-to-day basis. Yes, I'm still working on my consistency, but anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. So, over on the Clock app, aka TikTok, there was this conversation that got started, and I'm not sure who started it, when, where, why, and how, but it got started anyway, and I had chimed in. And it was also another conversation that I chimed in and started as well. And that is about the homophobia that comes from Black women towards Black gay men, and the transphobia from Black women that goes towards Black trans women. And basically just addressing these elephants in the room, the homophobic elephant and the transphobic elephant, which basically is just one elephant of queer phobia, because it falls under everything: biphobia, homophobia, transphobia, queer phobia, all of that. So let's go ahead and get into it, as well as a sprinkle of down low syndrome. Down low, aka DL, and that comes from this creator over there on the Clock app known as the DL Whisperer, which basically is an offspring of the DL Detective. And that guy was running around years ago when I was a kid, and I found out about him when I was on YouTube in the early years, you know what I'm saying? So I had chimed in about it, about how Black women have to really check their homophobia, because oftentimes, you know, you'll have Black women who, and if this is not you, then you know it's not you. Let it fly. If it don't apply, let it fly. And if it is hitting you and touching you and agreeing with your soul, then so be it. If it's hitting your spirit, that means you got to unpack some stuff. So there are Black women who will befriend a gay man or a trans woman, but they're not really your friend. And I say this as a gay man who has dealt with homophobia from Black women who also happen to be a part of the community. They happen to either be lesbian, bisexual, whatever the case is, queer, whatever, but they still have homophobia towards gay men. But they will befriend you, but in the same breath treat you like crap. Like come on now. Like, so this is not just me talking just to talk. No, this is from personal experience as well. And this is to help the young gay boys, and even if there are young trans women who watch me as well, hey y'all, you know, this is to help y'all recognize that it's like, hey, realize when somebody really is your friend versus when they see you as disposable. When they see you as a prop. Please be able to recognize that. Be able to see that and call that out seriously. Because it's just like, okay, damn, are you really my friend, or do you only hit me up for a good time? Do you only hit me up when you need advice? Do you only hit me up when you need tips on fashion or your nails done or your hair did? You need me to go with you to an event because you're not confident enough to go by yourself. It's different when a friend is actually inviting you out somewhere because, oh yeah, I want you to come with me too, and I thought about you. Versus, oh, I'm not as confident, but I know you can get the party jumping, so I need you to come with me. Come on now, because I don't do that. If I'm inviting people somewhere, whether it's to go to the movies or we're going to an event or we're going to brunch or whatever the case is, it's not because, oh, I'm not as confident and I know you can get things jumping, but I can't. No, baby, I walk in every room. Okay, I'm a Pisces ascendant, Aquarius sun, Gemini moon, and I have a personality unlike some raggedy bitches. Anyway, that's another conversation. Ho, you know who you are, and I know your stupid ass is watching. Anyway, to get back into the discussion. The homophobia needs to be checked and unpacked. So again, when it comes to the DL Whisperer, because again, this is a multifaceted conversation. This is multi-nuanced. So this might be a bit of a long video. I might have to make a part 2. Who knows? When it comes to the DL Whisperer, I had dropped a video over there on the Clock app where I basically was giving him a warning that it's like, dude, you're heading down a dark path. So when you end up in a ditch somewhere, wherever you reside, because I'm not sure what state he resides in, when you end up in a ditch somewhere, it'll be because one of these dudes who you're exposing, who you're also engaging with, finally had enough and he decided to just take you out. And I'm not talking about to dinner. And here comes some of his Defender Avenger supporters coming at me sideways. And the majority is the black women who are supporting this. But y'all don't see him as human. You see him as a prop. You see him as a form of entertainment. Whether it's the DL Whisperer, the DL Detective, Say So TV, all of these dudes are props to y'all. And because they have internalized homophobia within themselves, because they don't love themselves, let's really clock that. Let's really clock that and wake that up. They do not love themselves. They don't love themselves. They hate themselves because society has banked upon homophobia as well as all of these other phobias and isms. Society banks upon that. And so you have women who are pick-me's, women who want to align themselves with patriarchy, which is really wild when you think about it, because at the end of the day, patriarchy also banks on misogyny. And when you are a black woman, it banks on misogynoir, which is misogyny geared specifically towards black women. And everybody participates in there, whether it's the straight man, the gay man, like in the case of, I believe this was out in LA, if not Texas, where this Latino dude was calling a black woman a N-word with the hard ER. And the black gay men were laughing, including that one who has a missing side tooth. Come on now. And now your account is private over there on the Clock app. Let's wake it up. Let's wake it up and have this conversation, because, again, the homophobia is going unchecked. So, again, you guys are entertaining and engaging and encouraging the DL Whisperer to do what he does. You're encouraging this, but nobody's helping to pay for 24/7 around the clock security for him, because y'all know deep down inside he's going to need that, right? He's literally putting himself at risk. And last I checked, unless he's really out here, really knowing how to use a weapon to defend himself, unless he knows how to defend himself, he's literally an open duck. And it's hunting season. It's hunting season. So what's really going on? Let's really clock it and wake it up, shall we? Hey everybody, just stopping in to edit because I'm pretty sure I may or may not have said this at some point in the video. However, here's the thing. No one's sexuality is more policed than that of men, in particular black men. Create safe spaces for them and stop upholding homophobia and transphobia, queerphobia and biphobia, thinking that it will help you with aligning yourself with patriarchy, where you as a woman are still on the menu. You're always on the menu. You're first up, followed by the queer community, then the disabled community, and so on and so forth. You're literally standing in line heading into a slaughterhouse just so you think that, oh, well, at least I'm getting closer to a man. Stop being a pick-me. To be homophobic is to be anti-black. To be homophobic is to be a pick-me. The unprovoked homophobia has to stop. It has to stop. Y'all are egging this boy on. And again, when something happens to him, y'all are going to be crying crocodile, tattoo, alligator tears. Y'all police black men's sexuality so much. If he gets a lemon drop, he's zesty. If he dances in a way that you deem not masculine enough, which who the hell is trying to, who the hell cares? Like, y'all really have this weird archetype that's been programmed into your mind of how you want a man to be, but that is what they are telling you, that this is how a man should act. He should be a brute, a savage, rough, no emotions, abusive, dirty, filthy, unclean, unkempt. And y'all keep going for it. Y'all literally will police a black man for any and everything. Any and everything, from how he dresses, how he talks, how he walks, how he carries himself. And then y'all wonder why these dudes barely want anything to do with y'all. This is another tool of division. Homophobia, just like the gender wars and transphobia, queerphobia, all of these things are tools of division and distraction. Divide and conquer. And they are still dividing us and conquering us at the same time. And you know who I mean when I'm talking about they. Let's not be dense. So I just wanted to stop in and just add that little bit in there, because I'm not sure if I said it, but hey, might as well throw it in there anyway, because this has to stop. It has to stop, y'all. We got to do better and do right by our community. Seriously. Because what the hell is really going on? It's not that deep. It's not that deep. At least it shouldn't be, but unfortunately it is. And I hate that for us. We got to do better. Let that man order that lemon drop. Let him have a margarita. Who the hell cares? Let him get a shot of tequila. Who the hell cares? Because pretty soon you'll police him if he has an old fashioned.
And stop calling dudes zesty. That's ridiculous. Ho, was you slow? You gotta be. Like, let's do better, shall we? Anyway, let's go ahead and get back into the video. Because, yeah, I got something to say and it will be heard. I could really care less about your feelings at this point. The DL Whisperer will end up just like the DL Detective almost did years ago. So y'all might want to watch that sincerely and really get out of your feelings. In order to have these conversations, let's get out of our feelings. And you know what? Even that, before we get back into the video, your preference to not date an openly bisexual or pansexual man, that's more so a demand and a requirement. It's not a preference. Just like if a man said he didn't want a larger woman, that's fat phobia. If he can't really list the reasons why, it's fat phobia. He doesn't want her to be darker than him or dark at all, colorism. He doesn't want her to look like a nigga. He doesn't want her to have Afrocentric features, featureism. All of these isms and phobias got everybody in a chokehold, and y'all want to keep ignoring it and acting like that's not the case at all when it actually is. We need to do right and do better by our community, sincerely. Because as you can see, it's open season. It's been open season on us for a while. It's been open season for a while. And here we are just leading each other to the slaughterhouse and leading each other out to dry, hanging each other out to dry. For what exactly? It doesn't give you a leg up when the powers that be are still punching down on you. Stop being anti-black. Stop being homophobic. Stop being transphobic and queerphobic, biphobic, and all of that. And do away with these idiotic preferences that are holding you back. You still messing with a dude who don't even wipe or wash his ass and leaves skid marks in your sheets. Oh, okay. Thought so. And he has the mentality that if you go get checked out, you go to the doctor and your results are good, that he's good too. It doesn't work like that, sir. You got to go and get tested too. Y'all are dealing with dudes who are literally bragging about not going to college or trade school. Dealing with dudes who are proud to be idiots. But y'all get a kick out of the DL Whisperer outing these dudes. And outing people is so wrong, tired, and played out. But here y'all are still championing and cheering him on. Y'all are all pathetic. And I said what I said. Who cares about your feelings? I know it's not me. And not for nothing, hey, I'm back once again, right? All of the thoughts, they're coming in while I'm in the midst of editing. So I decided to drop this in as well. Not for nothing, when it comes to the transphobia that black women have towards trans women, please understand that you oftentimes will have more in common with that trans woman than anything. Because a black man will still make you and her option. Y'all are at the bottom of the totem pole to him, because he'll still choose that snow bunny, snow termite, snow roach over you. He'll still choose that evil, wicked milk maiden over both of y'all, whether she's cisgendered, biologically born, or trans. So instead of having this hatred towards them, please realize that these men are the problem. And also, once again, let's stop upholding transphobia. Let's stop upholding that. Because that's not helping anybody as well. Because even cisgendered women are getting labeled as trans when they're not. And there's nothing wrong with being trans at all. But it's like transphobia affects cisgendered women as well. It's not just reserved for trans women. And T.S. Madison always has this conversation, and people keep coming at her sideways when she's speaking her truth, her experience, and she's telling the truth for so many. If y'all would just listen and remove your feelings and emotions out of it. That black man will still do both of y'all wrong at the end of the day. And what's even crazier and what's even wilder and ironic is that the black trans woman will come through for you way more than your homegirls who you went to high school with. They will stay continuously leaving you high and dry. But the trans woman will be there. But again, do you really care about her, or you just use her as a prop, as an accessory? Just like you do with the gay boy. A prop, an accessory. You really don't care. Y'all really don't care, bruh. That's the fucked up part of it all. That's truly the fucked up part of it all. Y'all don't care. I wish that y'all would, man. I wish y'all cared. And unfortunately, y'all don't. We really do such a disservice to each other, man. It's disgusting. We do such a disservice to each other, upholding these weapons of white supremacy, upholding these things and turning on each other. Why? And I know this is a long video, so if you've made it all the way through, even with these edits in between, I thank you, because this conversation needs to be had. It needs to be had. I've dealt with homophobia from black women who were even bisexual, but that didn't even matter. If I told them, hey, I can't help, I'm sorry, or no, or whatever the case is, if I upset them, which it wasn't even me upsetting them, it's just them feeling entitled to me, entitled to my life, entitled to my money, entitled to my help. And I'm just like, whoa, wait, girl, I can't help you. And then I'm everything but a child of God, right? So I've dealt with that shit. I've dealt with that shit firsthand. And it's disgusting, because it's like, whoa. But the moment I call you a bitch or a hoe, now I'm in the wrong for defending myself and clapping back verbally. Oh, that's what gets you in a tizzy? That's what shuts you down? You don't even care about all the stuff that you just said to me, but then you're going to do it again and again? Yeah, I'm done with that. I've dealt with that long enough, and I'm no longer dealing with that. So let's stop with the hatred for one another, and let's really love on one another and understand that, hey, some groups actually have more in common. And also, when it comes to this competition, when there really shouldn't be a competition, stop thinking that you're in a competition with gay men too. Stop thinking that you're in a competition with gay men and with trans women. Stop. Leave us the hell alone. We just want to live. Just like y'all want to live. We just want to live and have our rights. The rights that we are fighting and holding on to right now in the face of all of this craziness that's going on. Let's really wake it up and have a conversation, shall we? And stop being dusty. Stop being dirty minded. Stop being dirty, dusty, and crummy, and get your head out of the gutter. Let's do that and do right by our trans women. Let's do that. Do right by our trans girls and our trans women. Do right by these gay boys. Do right by the black LGBTQ community in general. Point blank, period. Let's really have a conversation for real, and stop bullshitting, shall we? All right, I think now I got all my thoughts out, so let me go ahead and get back into editing, child, because it's crazy. And I'm not sure whether this even pop up in the video, but hey, it'll be there. The dude is literally a sitting duck, and nobody is really telling him, hey, you need to be careful. No, instead what you guys are doing is encouraging the foolishness, because oftentimes y'all want to know if the dude who you're messing with is down low. And that's the only real reason out of the other reasons that you use black gay men and black gay boys as accessories. Again, you're not really, y'all are really not really his friend. Y'all are really not his friend. Nobody wants to clock that. Nobody really wants to call him in. And this is not calling him out. This is calling him in. There's a difference. See, we have this call out culture, but even in call out culture, you know, there's a reason for it if you know what you're doing with intention. But no, it's a call him in and be like, hey, you need to be careful with this. I know what you think you're doing is the right thing, but hey, you're putting yourself at risk. Because again, when the news articles start flooding out of him being harmed and unalived, everybody's going to be looking stupid. But y'all are going to open up your wallets, open up your purses, and throw money towards his GoFundMe. Now, me as an openly gay man who loves myself and has a strong disdain for DL men, I'm not defending them, which is crazy and asinine how a lot of you, his followers, a lot of y'all thought that, oh, you're defending him. No, you're defending them. No, the hell I'm not. I'm putting him on game and giving him a firm, somewhat gentle shoulder tap. Hey, you need to be careful, because this is what will happen. And you know that it's going to happen, right? Your face is out there. But then on top of that, let's really, again, call the black women in with their homophobia. Because if a man has a lemon drop, he's gay. If a man has a, all man's boys trip, like how women have girls trips, so a man has a boys trip with his homies, he's gay. If he dresses nice, he's gay. Again, it's like there are dudes who literally feel like if they wash or wipe their ass, they're gay. And you're still screwing on them. You're still having fornication with them. Freaky gyration close to fornication. You're still messing with them. Let's wake it up. You're still engaging with them, knowing that it smells horrific down there.
You get a whiff of it and you still going? But then in the same breath, will be so adamant about not being willing to date a man who's openly bisexual. He's not in the closet, baby girl. He's open with the fact that, hey, yes, I've dated men before. I've had fornication with men before, and I've dated women, and I'm dating you. I'm pursuing you. Won't date him if he's openly bisexual. Won't date him if he's openly pansexual. Won't date him if he even is just queer. Meaning that no matter the sexuality, the gender, hey, he loves you. If he's focused on you, if his intention is you, he wants you. She's 5'2", but I want you. Shout out to Lloyd. Like, let's really have that conversation. Let's really have that conversation. So instead of being mad at me and coming at me sideways, let's really unpack all of these nuances. Because as I said earlier, when it comes to women who are a pick-me, you feel as though, well, if I'm homophobic too, that puts me in alignment with the men who I want, who are also homophobic, and therefore we're all serving the patriarchy, which is coming from a Eurocentric standpoint or Eurocentric standard, white supremacy. It's coming from that. So if we join forces and we punch down on the people in our community outside of the disabled community who we also punch down on, if we also punch down on those of the gay community with our homophobia, queerphobia, transphobia, biphobia, if we punch down on them, it puts us closer to being in alignment and proximity with whiteness. Because to be homophobic is to be anti-black. To be homophobic is to be anti-black. Yeah, I had to let that one sit just so that y'all can really digest that. To be homophobic is to be anti-black. Because again, the narrative that's been spun, and it's because of documentaries like Hidden Colors, the narrative that's been spun is that due to buck breaking, which was literally the sexual assaulting of black men on the plantation in front of everybody, their wife, their children, their friends, their family, everybody, where the slave owner would take basically the strongest black man who is disobedient and defiant, tie him down, lock him up in that contraption. I'm not sure, I forget the name of it, but lock him up. You've seen the depictions. And assault him. Nasty work in front of everybody. So his manhood, which is even crazy that we equate our manhood to just our genitals, the front and the back. Again, that's some Eurocentric shit. Your manhood is how you show up as a man, but oftentimes, again, and this would definitely be a topic for the Röÿäłë Hour podcast as well as Black Talk. Okay, be sure that you get into it. All right, bow, bow, bow. Shameless plug again. The Röÿäłë Hour podcast. Okay, come on with it. Black Talk. Be sure that you get into it. Who taught us how to be a man? Who taught black men and black boys how to be a man? It's coming from a Eurocentric standpoint, not an Afrocentric standpoint. No, it's not coming from that. This is coming from the Eurocentric standpoint. But anyways, because of buck breaking, which was literally the assault of black boys and men on the plantation during slavery. Y'all can argue with your mothers and your fathers and don't argue with me, because arguing with me is not going to save you. When it comes to buck breaking, y'all equate that to homosexuality. If the boy or man was gay prior to being assaulted, him being assaulted didn't make him gay all of a sudden. Just so that we're clear. But because of that, a lot of y'all think that, oh, well, that's why homosexuality is running rampant in the community. No, the hell is not. No, the hell is not. So again, what's the point of encouraging somebody like D.O. Whisperer? Seriously, what's the point of encouraging him? Because he's literally going to end up in a ditch somewhere. And for the whole that wanted to come for me and be like, oh, you need to do a police report because he's the one who's threatening you. Bitch, I wasn't threatening him. I literally was letting him know, hey, dude, do you know where you're going to end up? Because how many stories have we seen of these gay boys who are so desperate and thirsty for love, who decide to mess with a man who doesn't want to be seen with you in public? He doesn't want to be seen with you in public. He never wants to go out with you during the daytime. He only hits you up at night. And you want him to be out and proud so bad because you're out and proud. He doesn't want to, baby. He don't want to. He wants to manipulate you and manipulate her. But you're so desperate for it that you think, oh, well, if I out him, he'll want to be with me because she won't want to be with him. Whole time he's abusing both of y'all, but y'all don't want to have that conversation. Y'all don't want to have that conversation. He's abusing both of y'all. Let's really wake it up and clock it. Oh, okay, thought so. So how many stories have we seen of those young black boys, those young black gay boys, those young black gay men getting unalived by the DL lover, who then, yes, he's sent away to prison if they do catch him. And if they don't, they end up catching him when he ends up unaliving the girlfriend, the baby mama, the wife. He's abusing everybody in this scenario. And then we have to also address the whole situation of being afraid of, contracting a certain STI, HIV, right? But y'all fail to realize that PrEP is not just for the girls. It's not just for the girls. It's not just for us, for the gays and the trans. It's for everybody. PrEP is for everyone. There's no such thing as a medication that's only just for one specific group when it comes to the schmecks, the sex of it all. Because, bitch, I'm on YouTube. Anyway, and I'm pretty sure I'm past that 14-minute mark, whatever the case is. I'm Prince Onyx, okay? Just so y'all know. Just a reintroduction. Onyx. I'm Prince Onyx. Anyway, PrEP is for everybody. And then they have Doxy PrEP or PEP, whatever the case is. Hell, they have PEP, which is like... Do your research. PEP. PEP. Doxy PrEP. 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 Do your research, baby. It's for everybody. It's not just for the gay community. It's not just for the trans community. It's for everybody. That will eliminate you worrying about contracting HIV. And they have different methods of you receiving PrEP. It can be an injection shot. It can be a pill. Like, there's different methods of it. Talk to your doctor. And then that's another conversation about the medical field and how they... Do we really want to have this conversation? Do we really want to have this conversation? Or do we just want to hear ourselves talk? Because again, the DL whisperer is literally putting himself in danger. And none of you raggedy ass hoes is really out here trying to protect that young man. None of y'all are trying to do that. And me calling him out, y'all think I'm defending niggas who want to be in the closet? Bitch, ho, is you slow? Ho, you gotta be slow to really be trying that with me. Because bitch, do I look DL? Oh, y'all letting this beard and this bald head fool y'all. Y'all letting this beard and this bald head fool y'all. Baby, don't get it twisted, okay? Never get it twisted, baby. It never gave DL, bitch. Never. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Fuck is your problem? Anyway. Because y'all really must be slow. Baby, I'm not defending them. I'm letting him know, hey, you need to be careful. I literally was in a situationship from late 2023 into June of last year, 2024, with a nigga who wants to be basically a gay day walker. He wants to be straight during the daytime and gay at night. Hello, impresario. Nigga, I ain't afraid to say your name. What you gonna do, ho? I'm saying everybody's name at this point. I am not afraid of nobody. I'm from Chicago, Chi-Town. I walk everywhere comfortably. Now, who pumped you and told you that you could rump with me? The fuck is wrong with y'all? Anyway, back to the discussion at hand. Y'all are encouraging some bullshit. Y'all are encouraging some bullshit, but don't want to unpack the homophobia within. Because again, when the gay boy or the trans woman can't help you out, that homophobia and that transphobia jumps out. He or she or they are every derogatory name you can think of, but they're the same ones who come through for you when you need help, when you need advice, when you need a shoulder to cry on. When your baby daddy is doing you wrong. Hell, they will go to war for you quicker than your homegirls from high school will. They'll go to war for you damn near quicker than your brothers will. Let's really have that conversation. But I feel like y'all not ready to have said conversation. Too busy treating us like accessories and props. And because y'all see the gay boys and the gay men on Real Housewives of Atlanta, for example, when that first started with Derek and Miss Lawrence, how they were treated as accessories and props. They didn't even have confessionals. If you're a friend of the show, yeah, you get a confessional. They didn't even get confessionals. They're just out and about with the upper elites of Atlanta. with the socialites of Atlanta. They're just out and about. That shit happens so often, and a lot of gay boys and gay men, they feel like that's their place in the world, is to just be an accessory to everybody else, in particular to women. Just be the accessory. Just be the prop. Just be the person that they call for a good time. Only for a good time. But when you're going through it, they're nowhere to be found. And you don't even have a village outside of them because you've made them your village. But in return, you're not a part of their village. They just hit you up for a good time because they know you like to get drunk, get tipsy, and have a good time at the club. Have a good time at brunch, at the parties, whatever the case is. But they're not really trying to fuck with you and get to know you and help you out when you're in a jiffy. I'm in a bind, Nate, but they don't give a fuck. Let's really have that conversation. Let's really have that conversation. Seriously, let's have it. Because it's mighty funny that nobody really wants to have that conversation. Sincerely, nobody wants to have that conversation. But everybody wants to come at me sideways. Really? Ho, is you slow? You gotta be. I'm telling y'all right now, he's putting himself in danger. The DL Whisperer. Because the DL detective years ago, about a decade plus, he had got attacked. And he's still alive. I don't know if he's still doing what he's doing, but he got attacked to where he almost got unalived. And it seems like the DL Whisperer is picking up where the DL detective took off. He's picking up where he took off and left off, whatever the case is, and he's running with it, and y'all are supporting the madness and the messiness. But you're not, here's the thing, if y'all check y'all homophobia and realize that, you know what, my dating pool is small, because I'm dating men who are homophobic, whatever the case is, they're transphobic, they're trash, they're misogynistic, all of these things. Black boys and black men don't even have the space to experiment. If he wants to kiss his homie in college, or even just because, he gets labeled as gay. But the girl and the woman, she can experiment all she wants to, right? Because she ends up typically with a man, even if she is deep down inside bisexual, or even if she is lesbian. Oh, I'm only gay on the weekends. I'm gay when I get drunk. Okay, and homie over here got tipsy and decided to kiss on his homie. Now what? Oh, they gay? Oh, they decided to give each other that hand work, mouth to mouth, hardcore. Okay, dick to jaw. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they out here serving each other up, but oh, they're gay, just straight out gay, not even bisexual. Because here's the thing, most down low men are bisexual. Not all of them are outright gay. Oftentimes they are bisexual. But because society practically doesn't allow that and has a hand in the erasure, which even in the gay community, gay men have a thing, and I was one of them, where it's like, oh, I don't want to be with a bisexual dude. Yeah, I said that, and I ended up dating dudes who actually were, which surprised the hell out of me. But again, power in the tongue, baby. Power in the tongue. You can say what you don't want, but subconsciously and in your psyche and spiritually, energetically, whatever the case is, you end up attracting it. Because you're low-key focused on it. Oh, I don't want this type of man. And you end up getting that type of man. Let's make it make sense. Again, can we just really do away with the homophobia in our community? And to my ladies, just be more open-minded. Don't say that you're open-minded and you're not. Because you have this fear that, oh, if I date a bisexual dude, he's going to give me HIV. Let's really clock it, because that's where it comes from, too, is that you're afraid of getting that when he's open with his sexuality. Therefore, girl, he's getting tested just like you. He's getting routinely tested. Versus the dude who's on the down low, who has this mentality that if my girl come back clean, if my girl come back good, then I'm good. But then you go back later, your pH balance is thrown off, and now you have chlamydia or gonorrhea or syphilis for the 5th time. And you're thinking it's because of a girl that he's messing with, which it could be another girl as well as one of the girls that he's messing with. Everybody's getting harmed in that scenario, including you, Sugar Cup, Buttercup Plum. Everybody's getting harmed in that scenario, stupid. because he's fighting demons and he's taking those demons out on you and the others. And for women who will say, well, it's my preference. Your preference is a demand. Your preference is a requirement. You don't really mean that shit. It's not a preference. It's a demand and a requirement that your man can't be bisexual. That's a demand. That's a requirement. Again, this is a very nuanced conversation. Just like the same way that if a man says, oh, I don't want to date a chick that's fat. That's fat phobia, right? I don't want to date a chick that's darker than me. That's colorism, right? Oh, I don't want her if she looks like a nigga. That's featureism. Colorism, featureism, fat phobia, homophobia, transphobia. All of these things, these isms and these phobias are coming directly from white supremacy. And you guys are playing a hand in that and participating on the fucking chessboard. Participating on the chessboard. Let's really have that conversation. Let's have that conversation instead of really just going back and forth with each other and attacking each other. What? Like, coming at me and saying that I'm DL is asinine, baby. I'm out and proud. What, y'all need to see a video of me and another dude tagging each other into the sheets? Fucking each other into the foundation? You might get too aroused, so I don't know if y'all want to see that. But baby, it never gave DL over here. I'm just putting that young idiot on game because it's like, sir, you're literally putting yourself at risk. But it don't matter though, right? It don't matter. Have y'all no shame? Clearly not, because you still don't want to address the homophobic, transphobic, queerphobic, biphobic, panphobic elephant in the room. Again, open up your dating pool and stop being so closed-minded. Don't say that you're open-minded, but again, if your dude, and even if he does go on a trip with his boys for a boys trip, like again, y'all do a girls trip, nobody says that's gay. But him and his homies go on a boys trip, a man's retreat. All of a sudden, they all zesty. Calling these dudes zesty, that's homophobic. Y'all think that y'all not homophobic, bitch, you are. Accept it. He can't experience black boy joy, black man frolicking in the field or just having fun. Can't experience that because, oh my God, I'm going to be classified as this. Hell, pretty soon y'all gonna say if he drinks an old fashioned, that's gay, that's zesty. But he has a lemon drop, that's zesty. But if he has a Corona, oh, that's okay. He can't experience anything in life because of these stupid ass restrictions that come from white supremacy. Wake it up. Let's have that conversation. Anyway, if you've made it this far to the video, be sure to comment, share, like, and subscribe. You already know the deal. It's your good guy here, Prince Onyx. Like I said, this was going to be a part 2, but I decided to just put this all in one video because you know what? Let's just have the conversation that is clearly uncomfortable for everybody to have. Let's have that conversation. I'm not just saying this shit just to say this. This is from experience, from the stuff that I've heard from friends. I've had to get in on them and go in on their ass and help them to wake up and turn this on. Too many of us have our brains turned off. Turn it on and realize that your ill logic is going to put you in a dangerous spot. Love yourself enough not to deal with somebody who wants to be in the closet. Love yourself enough not to deal with somebody who can't even be themselves. Love yourself enough to open up your dating options. I'm not telling women to get involved in lavender marriages. I'm not telling women to get involved with a dude who is strictly dickly. Again, if he's bisexual, if he's pansexual, sweetheart, you still have a chance. Hell, he might be tired of niggas just like you tired of niggas. Let's wake it up. But again, because unfortunately men are easier than women, that's a whole nother conversation. Yeah, he's going to keep engaging with them. And I'm not saying for y'all to be easy either. No, it's called work for what you want. And if I'm wrong, so be it. But I doubt it. Not that I'm above reproach. It's just, come on now. Y'all coming at me defending the DL with y'all coming at me saying that I'm defending DL man because you're defending the DL whisperer for him to even call himself that. Come on now. Damn, you that desperate for a check? You that desperate? Is you cool, bitch? Clearly not. But anyway, like, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff. Let's get the conversation going because you know what? I said what I said. And I stand by that. He's literally putting himself in a dangerous situation, and y'all are not trying to protect him like you think you are. So there's that on that. Fuck out of my face, nigga. What?
And thank you for tuning in with me, your good guy here, Prince Onyx. I look forward to seeing you all again real soon. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. This has been brought to you by PNerdy Films Productions. Perfect films made by perfect nerds. Thank you for tuning in with us.